So today, I hope you guys are fine. Who is there waiting? Kindly give me a hi so that I know. Is this place enough for you? You have long legs. My seat doesn't go further. So today we're going to be chatting with Counsel Yunusu. So whenever you come in, you can give me a hi, and then we know if you're here. Where is my key? Just for us to know that you're here. Is this enough? You can sit behind. You'll be a little further.
Can it?
No, it doesn't. That's why it's okay.
I'm okay.
But behind, you'll be smaller, but it will give you a better picture.
Should I go behind?
You try.
It will get a better picture here.
Yeah, you try behind. Do you like how you look there?
Yes, that looks better.
Okay. So today we have Counsel Yunusu, and one person was already waiting. Now two. So I hope you guys had a good day. Give us a hi and where you're watching from. We're going to be talking car etiquette and so many other things. Today I think Counsel Yunusu has a lot of information, more than me. This subject is personal to him. I don't know why. And let me just fix our light. It's for us to get light. So Counsel Yunusu, say hi to the car lovers.
How is everyone today? Hope you're all having a good day. I know it's a Monday, no one looks forward to it. But anyway, we all thank God for the gift of life and the fact that we are here. So this whole topic of car etiquette is something we all, literally this is the world we live in. But before we go deep into car etiquette and all, I want to talk about something very pertinent to cars. And you know, before I ever had my first car, I want to get this off before we go to car etiquette.
Yeah.
I was told by my mother. You know, my mother told me that in Uganda, before you think about driving a car, nakola bulungi sente. Emmotoka yonna ya CC 12 n'okusukkawo gyesonyiwe. Teri nsonga lwaki ogula emmotoka gy'otagenda kusobola kuvuga every day. You understand?
Yeah.
A car is supposed to be a means of transport, not some artifact or something you look at in the morning, then you take a border to work, or that beats the reason why you have a car.
Yet you went ahead and bought a GT. Go.
No, I didn't know about the fuel consumption at the time. And you know, everyone who sells will tell you any motor katenya. And even you will not understand what okunywa is until you have that car.
Yeah.
You understand? No one will ever paint for you the picture. Actually, I remember there is a guy at a bond around Kadamuas who showed me a Vitesse RS of 1.5, 1.6.
There is 1.3. There is 1. It's mostly 1.3 and 1.0.
No, there's 1.5 RS.
Yes. Not very common though.
Yeah, but I hear it's very fast. Though it's not still that extremely fast compared to German cars. Now, the guy told me, eno Vitesse yange ntekamu omutwalo gumu, nenva Entebbe, nenzija mu kibuga, nendako n'emukono nenzira.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? From Entebbe to Kadam Bond.
Yeah.
Then from Kadam Bond to Mukono. In a 1.5 and back.
That's impossible.
That's impossible. Even me in my Paso, because I had a Paso at the time.
Yeah.
I never used to spend that.
So he was simply making the conversation nice.
Yeah, no, those brokers have that thing. And you know, let me tell you, brokers have a habit of telling them motoka yenga si. And they tell you, like, they talk about a car as if it is theirs.
Yeah.
Just to entice you.
To make sure you buy.
Into buying the car. So, guys, a car that is 2000 cc and above,
yes. Hello, yes. Mr. Barros. You're welcome. Today we have Counsel Yunusu here, and we are talking about car etiquette, and he has started by warning us. He's the only man that bought a Golf, and now yeah. So okamaza kukuba doisa Counsel don't buy a car.
A motor car, no mugaso gwayo kutambuza.
Yeah.
So there is no need to buy a car you can fuel.
Yes, yeah. Barros, we are seated in my Corolla 2001. Ya Counsel Yunusu mpya tujire seri. Anyway, my phone holder is too tight. I try to remove it.
It's okay.
It would have been better to sit in the new car.
So I tried to break this segment into two sections.
Yeah.
Because when we talk about car etiquette, because you know we are talking to a big audience, some people might not know these huge words.
Yeah.
Etiquette is literally how you should conduct yourself in a car. Embeera z'omuntu either nanyini motoka oba omuntu ali mu motoka nga passenger.
Yeah.
So I divided it into two segments: car owners and third parties or passengers.
Passengers, yes, car owners and borrowers.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we are going to start with car owners.
Okay. So should we start with car owners though? Why? Majority. Okay. Hi Tarzan. Thank you for tuning in. I thought this was gonna be recorded. No, actually, but you can still see it later. It's not recorded, it's live, but you can still see it later. So why I'm asking is that some of my followers have not actually bought cars. Majority of them.
Okay. We can start with third parties.
Majority
I
of
actually
them
wrote down these things because this is very serious.
Yeah, this is very good research.
Yeah. And I wrote down some of these things for people.
Yeah.
So that we can share to the world. Not only Ugandans watch this channel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There is a time I was, and someone was telling me he was from where? I've forgotten the country. He actually sent me a message. He's coming to Uganda to visit. Yeah. So let's start. I think let's start with the borrowers are also third parties.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. So you're going to come back this Christmas season and you borrow a friend's car, or you go and rent a car from whichever place you will rent a car. The things that now we are talking about, that Counsel Yunusu is talking about, I also don't follow these things. Yeah. Let's hear that, Counsel.
So let's first get this out there. Of course, as an expert, he will be able to guide me where I go wrong, but I doubt I'll be going wrong. He will just be supplementing.
Etiquette is etiquette.
Yeah. So number one, Arthur. No one wants to borrow you their car.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. No one wants to borrow you
their car.
That is the truth.
Yeah.
So most of you get angry when you call someone and they're unresponsive.
Yeah.
The fact is, a motoka yawula abantu. Nga bagamba mbu omukazi one sente byawula.
Yeah.
Even a car can make you guys split up.
Yeah.
The way you handle your car is not the same way another person would handle it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So, ideally, I actually have a friend who told me once that omusabe motoka at least akuwa sente opangise agamba nkuwadde emitwalo 5 jijo
genda ofune
motoka than them giving you their car. Because at the end of the day, you can actually scratch your car even when you the owner, you can scratch it. But if someone brings back the car when it's scratched, you cannot comprehend.
Yeah.
You understand? You lose it.
Yes. I have one of my very my very rich grand uncles.
Yeah.
He refused to give me a car to drive. He had a Noah, and he refused to give me to drive. It had the half tank. He refused to give me to drive that fuel, but he sold the car with a half tank of fuel.
True.
He would rather sell the fuel than let you drive the car he's actually going to sell.
And that brings me on to the next point. That if you are lucky enough to get someone's car, at least hold it with care.
If you say you're going to Masaka, don't go to Bundibujo.
Don't go to bad roads. Don't put in objects in a car that will damage the interior. Or the gari motoguno. Really, it's going to. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, someone can borrow your car and actually nasomba maburo.
Nate kamuwirwe mabega navuganga boot tagisibye.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? People hate those things. And the unspoken rules of borrowing are there. Whenever you borrow someone's car, put in some fuel when you borrow someone's car. It doesn't matter whether the car had no fuel.
Yeah.
But when you return it, era buli muntu akwazike motoka wogimuddisa wagenda na igniting. Even me ntunulako ku gauge even if it was the fuel wasn't there.
Yeah, because you have not serviced the car.
You get what
you're
I'm
not going to buy brakes. But then you have not put fuel.
Exactly. And then wash that car, please. There is a guy, I won't mention the name. He's a friend of mine. He borrowed my car sometime ago.
But he's going to see.
He's a lawyer. I'm sorry if you're saying this because you need to learn, my brother.
Yeah.
You know, I'm outspoken. That's my problem. Because I also don't want the things I don't want you to do to me. I wouldn't want to do to you. Yeah. So the guy borrowed my car. I don't know where he went. He brought the car dirty. The seats were dirty. The boot. I felt so unhappy.
He had to bring it back, and he brought it back at night. He could not have the time to wash it.
And that's when you communicate and tell someone, I'm sorry about the condition, but I'm a futamwegari. Those are the unspoken rules.
Yeah.
At least demo babiri komyawo banya. Onafa. Because
two more bars are like 20 or 30,000.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's very little.
It doesn't really take up so much of the fuel. Okay?
Yeah. Barros, is the picture fine now? So nobody wants to lend you their car, first of all. And when they do, you put fuel.
Exactly.
Even if you took an empty tank, bring it back in quarter, because quarter is normally not a lot of fuel. Yes, Hamrefrey, thank you for coming.
I would actually suggest that falling out now. You go and rent. Car rental services are there, and they are cheap. Nowadays,
they're not very cheap actually. A car is about 100,000 a day. If you're renting one day.
That is how you just have to, put in some fuel of 20 when you take someone's car, because at the end of the day, the renting is more expensive.
Because you're going to rent at 100 and then put in fuel.
Yeah. So those are the two unspoken rules. Bring the car clean. Make sure you don't take it to bad roads.
Yeah.
If you damage something, please repair it. I've ever borrowed a friend's car. I did it out of, I know it. I don't like it. So I also had no option.
Yeah.
But the friend was so quick to give me the car because he knows I never ask for people's cars. But when I went to a party somewhere, what I did, I went and fixed the area right away. And I took the car back. They give you back your car. Then after like 2 days, you see a dent somewhere. You're like, how did this happen?
You don't even remember.
Then you remember, hey, by the way, I gave my car a week ago. And
and then that's how the damage came.
That's how damage happens to friendship. You're like, Siri Damuko Amsajono. Yes.
I think, let me Counsel.
Yeah.
When someone helps you when you're in need,
don't.
Now we muyambi. Simanya wali badere teka. Now we muntu wakuyamba. Now we muyambe when the time comes.
True.
Because friendship, I don't know if there is a rule that was never written in Nemu Bible in
Yeah.
Because even God takwagalira bwerere.
True.
You need to respect him, you need to fear him.
Yeah.
You need to give a tithe to church. Kati mu abasiramu you give zakah.
Yeah.
You get it? What do you think that someone will give you their car for nothing? A
good deed deserves another.
Exactly. Yeah. There is a guy in Namua. Back then I was really young. Okay, he lost a baby.
Yeah.
He had no means of transport. So I gave him my car. Yeah. He takes the baby for burial. And what happened is that time passes and the time comes when I'm in town. And I didn't have money. I needed just 5K. I could see him and I could see him, and I remember the time when Namutasa to transport a dead body in my car. You get, so that's why in Jagadenka he said when a friend of yours helps you, you actually help them back to get him mass Counsel.
Okay, now that's it basically about car borrowing.
Yeah,
that's it.
So if you borrow, Juki and Stella agara kwazika motoka ye, that's one. So bwa kwazika motoka ye, make sure that you handle it with care. Exactly. Yes, good evening Nico, Kenneth, thank you for coming. Humphrey, Tazan. Yeah, tell you kwagara kwazika motoka, so handle it with care. Nebo ojitwala nga temuli mafuta. Komeawe motoka ngo taddemu amafuta, bojitwalira mu empty gikomezeewo mu kota. And then wash the car. Okitegeera. And then gegagabadde agako
Yeah.
Eriyange libadde nti when a friend actually lends you their car, it means they have that they have a soft spot for you in their heart, because omutagenda kwata motoka yagiwe buli muntu.
And for car owners, you need to know that I know this is going to sound harsh.
Yeah.
Naye motoka eyeba you. At the end of the day, whatever happens to it, you're the person that will incur the costs.
Yeah.
So be firm on your no.
Bw'oba toyagala muwagaana.
You understand? Only give out your car when you need to.
Yeah.
Nga mbutuufu embeera nzibu nnyo, someone omwana we maybe as mukyala we agenda kuzaala ekiro.
Yeah.
Kakamba mwalega. Naye bino mbw ate they want to go out what? No, please use an Uber.
Yeah.
Okay?
You know, I was talking
don't
to...
just give out your car. Motoka kasite suka emikono ebiri esatu.
Wabaawo
ebitandika okwonooneka. Yeah. So I'm not advocating for people to be mean with their cars, but
that's not being mean. It's like you saying njazika ku mukyala wo.
Exactly.
This car is like a basic need ennaku zino. Everybody needs a car. Bw'oba gwe togyetaaga kitegeeza probably you're a kind of growth gy'otannaba kutuuka.
Exactly, and the people will always tell you I don't need a car at the moment. I'm going to buy land somewhere. You're not going to buy land in town. You're going to buy in the suburbs.
Exactly.
And then what happens is
you need
a means
car
of transport.
To go
then
there.
You start borrowing our cars.
Just to go see your plot, you'll actually need a car to go there.
That is it.
Over then you'll start wanting to borrow Counsel Yunusu's car at often. You
get.
I was talking to the interview we did about the taxi business, and I was asking the guy, kati emotoka yange singa wa taxi driver agitomeza ani asasula, and he was telling me of course go agenda okusasula,
of course,
because we know Ghana jajivuga agiteke ku police, and then you'll have to pay. The same thing applies to when you're lending someone your car. Bwana agitusaka ekizibu ekyamaanyi, it's obvious. Bwana atomera omwana w'abandi agenda gikwata agiteke ku police.
True.
So you lend it to someone, go kakasa nti he's actually a good driver, aina permit. A brother of mine yatomera ow'eggaali. Ninge ekimutomeza ow'eggaali nti alemeddeyo mukubidde engombe n'alemerayo.
Another thing I need to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, we always fall victim to beautiful women. You meet a girl today, she's so hot, and then all of a sudden you feel she's like, Nange, by the way, manyovuga. But you know, people have that statement of I know how to drive. Ngabamuamuko na avuga ko mu kikomera around. Yeah. Oba na fuluma car yatuka na ku main road. Driving in town is different, my dear. Driving in town, driving on the main road, it's different. Ojja kugenda owakawala emmotoka yo olwokuba kakukubye, and the chick will, run into someone, and you want to make her pay because you're boo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Biddira boo. And
kaina sente.
She'll just look at you and be like, I'm sorry. Yeah. She's sorry,
naye experience gasi nagituukako.
People do it a lot.
Otandika otya okungamba nti nange mmanyi okuvuga.
People do it as means of impressing. Some people, even their way of driving changes when there is a lady in the co-driver seat. And many guys have died like that by them.
Ngayagala okulaga omuwala nti
keep your cool, because at the end of the day ojja kugenda olinnya emmotoka bwoti.
Yeah,
actually woyita
akawala kaakano Counsel Yunus bakayita ka Joan. Hi Athan Counsel Yunus. Joan mutukoze ensobi. Yeah,
mutukoze ensobi. So you guys keep your cool. There's a time I was driving with a lady, a co-counsel. She's very beautiful. Yeah, a friend of mine. I was driving slowly. She told me, "Hey, you're driving like my mother." I felt offended, but in my heart I didn't say this. But in my heart I told myself, "For Javuga speed in you, because you don't even have a car." Yeah, and you're telling me how I should drive my car. Yet at the end of the day, if I hit a pothole or something, I'm going to get in my pocket. Exactly. So I really have nothing to impress.
So don't impress. You drive at a speed that is manageable. Because like me, I'm very fast. That majority of the repairs I do come because of the speed that I actually do.
Arthur, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I never used to drive so fast until I got that goal. Because I had a Mark X, I told you. Yeah. I didn't own it for long. But because Bangamba Mark X said, look, of course I had to test it. Put it to the test. But forget what they tell you. I hear people say, when you're on Mitiana Road, they be like, drone yeduka. Maybe Subaru.
That's why I don't like Subarus.
These German cars are a different breed. If it's a dog, it's a Rottweiler. These ones are straight dogs. These Toyotas, the Moana, the Mark-X. Yeah, because the speed you will feel in a German car, especially if it is turbocharged, it is different. You will feel power beyond your imagination. You actually have to first train yourself to hold the car firm whenever you accelerate. You get? So I used to drive like that. I used to use the when I didn't go for Peter out because I because I remember there's even a time we were at the toll gate and there's a guy in a Sienta who omupira gwayabika ng'avuga, the tire burst and he lost control. So he rammed into the rails, overturned the vehicle into the trench. So what happened is we parked aside after the toll near Tubuka barricades and we went to see the victims of the accident.
Still alive.
The guy was there with his family. A lady, his wife, his baby, no mwana omulenzi no muwala. Okay? Omwana omulenzi ngamenyesa omugongo, omuwala omutwe nga agukubye. Ninga ate guy abadde avuga fine, mukazi we nga okukunyisa.
And you will find that the guy had a seat belt, the rest of the people didn't have seat belts.
And he was screaming, telling people to help him carry his loved ones. So, you know that shock. I left the scene, entered my car, and told myself.
And you reduced the speed.
I'm like, oh my goodness. This happened to a Sienta. How about me in a Mark 5 Golf GTI?
When you're going too fast.
You get. Because that car 180 is a starting point. When you max out 180 on a Mark X, in a Golf you are starting. You understand what I'm saying? Those Benzes, Audi, you're just getting started. Blue Tech, what? So I entered my car feeling so graceful, feeling sorry for all the things I've done, overspeeding on the road. And then a Blue Tech overtook me. Actually, the guy first flashed lights. I was like, I stepped on the car. I had to go.
And you started again.
Yes. Moreover, after seeing an accident there. And you know when this car starts moving, you feel like, oh, Jirina. Yeah. I overtook the guy in Empetela Kuchide, went that side. You understand? All of a sudden, I couldn't even remember the accident I left behind.
Yeah, but speed is nice.
Yes, it is nice. Let me tell you, Arthur, this is the last story I'll tell you about speed. There is a guy that once told me that we were on a Kwanjula. So the guy was driving a truck, the truck that brings the gifts of the bride. Okay? The guy told me that he likes my car, but then I still had the Golf. Then he told me what's the speed you normally drive this car on? I told him I normally drive this car at 140, 160. The guy was looking in shock. I told him I even do 220, 240. Then he was like, Anzi, sobra kutukayo. So in my head, I told him, come on. Naye wona amanyira nawe ojja kuvanga okola ki? Ojja kuvuga ku speed yezo. Then the guy told me, how long have you been driving? I told him I've been driving for 6 years. Then the guy told me he has been driving for 20 years. So that alone made me lower my ego.
Because he has more experience.
Because
he has driven more cars.
He has been on the road longer than you.
Yeah.
And then he told me he has been driving to Mombasa. He used to be a trailer driver. Then he asked me, Counsel, wali okonyeko ku muntu? N'omulaba wansi, n'omotoka yo. No, nga togenze. N'ofuluma ng'okonya omuntu n'otunulako wansi nga gyali. You get what I'm saying? I was like, no. Then he told me, ekyekyo kikutawaanya. Nenze nzise ku bantu. And that's something that can never get out of your head. That's what the guy told me. And you don't have to always be the person that lands in your own lesson. No. Sometimes listen
to other people.
You don't need to really try something out
to
understand the impact it can cause to you. Yeah.
So true, guys, you're right. It's not good to give some so-called friends your car. I lost a friend due to such. The person to whom he lent the car killed him because he wanted my friend's car. So sad. Rest in peace, Andrew. And then she says, I'm not one of those girls. I'm so hard to impress. Hey, Joan, you have not seen impress people that impress. I have a friend of mine who was a girl. She was eaten because the guy had a Mark X that was always clean.
Yeah.
It smelled nice, the SC and all that. And then the guy was eating things.
True.
Because of that.
True.
So, Joan, you have just not found a...
So, sorry about that, guys. We are back. Small glitch.
Sorry about the network.
Yeah.
So, third parties, if you sit in someone's car as a passenger, you a third party.
Exactly. Guys, if you're hitching a ride in someone's vehicle, stop opening cabins. Stop checking someone's car.
Checking the glove compartment.
Yeah. You understand? Are you looking for something? It's very rude to enter someone's vehicle
and you start opening.
Checking for things.
You understand? Yeah. You even open books.
It's very rude. Some of us now, I'm a lawyer, sometimes I have not sometimes, whenever I'm dealing with a client, we have what they call attorney-client privilege. You understand what I'm saying? Like, whatever information I share with you has to stay between you. However untrivial the matter is, I'm talking about, even if it's maybe, actually, I would even think of family matters. Those are even the most trivial. Because family matters, they don't even sometimes rely on evidence a lot. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes they don't want things to really go out there. You know? You're divorcing your woman for some reasons you wouldn't want
people
the world to know.
Yeah.
And you're out there checking my files. They're like, no file.
Counsel tambula n'ebyapa wano.
Then next thing I know, I'm looking for things and you're the last person that checked. And I think it's you, yet it's not actually you.
No, leave that. Someone reads your documents and they share the story on Facebook. Or they even take screenshots.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's very, very, very rude to look in someone's glove compartments when you're in the car. Okay? And then when you see something you like in a car, this goes to ladies. You ask, please. Ladies have that thing of taking and asking after. You get what I'm saying? I once sat with a lady in a car and she took it was during COVID, and the lady opened my glove compartment and took all my masks. She didn't say anything. I was looking around on the road. Next thing I know, she's putting things in her bag, and she told me, "As in a mask, since the truth, who has given them to you?"
Without asking.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's very rude. You ask before you change music. Don't get too comfortable in someone's car.
And you say
you increase the volume. Like, some of us are responsible people. Tutambula ku byalo tetwagala motoka kubeera ng'ekuba music. Then you sit in a car, Eminem comes on.
I like that song.
You turn up the volume. No love.
Yeah.
Eminem is rap. Do. I'm passing through home and people are like, he can't It's very irresponsible to go on. For some people it is okay, but for some people
we only live once.
For some people, blasting music when you're moving around, it's not really a good thing.
Yeah. No, but you're a lawyer. That's understandable.
So even small things like putting down the windows, it might look small to you and you say, maybe this person is so uptight. But you do realize whenever your windows are up, the car remains clean, the interior. Most cars with a dirty interior, it normally happens because amadirisa go gali wansi. Enfufu hizo butajiraba, but over time enfufu ebeere accumulating. So the best thing to do is to always have your AC on. Always have your AC on. Arthur is moving to the back.
I'm moving to the back because nyinabye nayo nonye.
So guys, always have your AC on and keep your windows up.
For those that have cars with functioning ACs.
Yes.
Like my Corolla.
If you want your car's interior to keep looking nice, even if they, how do they call it? They hoover it. It will not go back to the original state.
Like the seats, like this color especially. No, but mostly it's black.
Yeah.
The black color is worse. Yeah.
Okay. avoid asking silly questions. Okay, I don't know how to put this so that people understand it, but some people are sensitive about certain information. If you're in someone's car, don't start commenting about how old the car is. Don't start commenting about how the car is old. Engeri gyekubagana newe bogiwulira nga mbutuufu ekubagana
teri ayagala motoka
bambi sirika kuba teri muntu ayagala motoka yekole ki
ekubagane.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. You guys, you ask silly questions. Wajigula mmeka? Some people are not comfortable with saying the price they bought their cars.
Tebakuseera.
You get what I'm saying? You try as hard as you can to refrain those weird questions. You're seated in someone's car and you're telling them how small the car is. He knows how. He knows okay with it.
He knows it's small. He wants to upgrade. Naita sobola at that time.
At that time. Neka dyokutandika okutambula motoka ya mununga ogivuma mbu nkadde. Kibi nnyo.
Someone laughed at me here about it's Humphrey. Ane athanedda kati enkuba etonya ndoze ekibero kiri kumpi osiimula endabirwamu ne mukubaka SC. Kyamanyine ku YouTube gyali yakawulira.
Another thing I want to I wrote down these things so that I don't forget them. Emotoka zedda, those old cars, they had that hard close. Okay? Zainanga obuzibu ng'enzigi era endoze emotoka zedda zainanga amabaati nga magumu ya so ng'oluggi olina oddukuba ennyo lunywere. Nowadays cars have soft close. You don't need to bang people's doors when you're getting out of cars. Please.
Omuntu ayinza okuba oluggi naye n'olinaga
let me tell you,
it's like
there's
he's hitting
nothing more irritating than someone banging your doors. Especially if you're omutwalako butwazi.
No, this Counsel is talking about me. I went to his car now.
You get what I'm saying? Please, let us. It might not damage something, but the feeling alone is so. I know I'm on behalf of anyone who owns a car.
A new car.
No, even if it is old. If someone bangs.
My Corolla bogala we mpola ngo luluyinza obuteggala.
Exactly. That's why I said that cars of this generation. Well, I'm not saying yours is not in this generation, but what I'm saying is that the newer models of cars being made, they don't need banging the doors. Okay? They'll shut down. However soft you close the door, it will shut down. Okay? So I think that's it basically for
third parties.
Yep.
He said, ekisooka when you enter someone's car, toyingira notandika kunoonya ki? Toyingira notandika ku Joan, did you delete our messages? Anyway, we'll figure that out later. Hey, Joan, delete our messages, put them back. So Simon is saying would like to know about vehicle insurance. I take it in the car, so he's going to tell us how insurance works. No, data window by emptying work and I'm going to explore that. Don't fire. I'm free. Owulidde motoka z'abantu ne bw'obanga oli ku YouTube ng'omulabira ku YouTube togivuma. So Counsel has said when you go oli mu motoka y'omuntu, first things first, totunula mu glove compartment ye kunoonya biki by'alinamu, kusoma mabaluwa ge, kusoma mapapula ze, kulaba byapa by'alina. Don't start increasing the volume. Don't make comments about the car. Simanya Arthur, emotoka ng'ovuga nkadde, emitto nga giddugala, ebyo mubiveeko. Don't ask for SC. Bw'olaba ng'emmotoka direct ng'etalina SC, lindako yakola ki ateekemu. That's for third parties.
One more thing I've forgotten. Don't be a backseat driver. Has someone ever made you fail to drive? Like someone is in a co-driver seat or in the back seat and they can't shut up. Like you're driving and they have a comment about every maneuver you make. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? There's a lady I once went with. We went for a Kwanjula together in a car. But I couldn't wait to get the lady off at her destination. The second she entered, before I started driving, Mutabani said, Munange tebanvuga speed
in your car.
I'm like, I haven't even started driving. That is okay. But now, you reach a point, you're indicating to overtake. Ogena Muisa. Bambi, Tewandi Muisa. I don't know. Try to have trust in the person driving you. And if someone is driving you like a maniac, this is your life. You have a right to tell them politely to go slow or exit. Osobola mugamba omanye ekiriwo ojja kunteeka wali ewaddako nveemu ngenda kukomawo nyina bye njagala okula. You don't need to even be direct and tell them kanveemu ovuga bubi. No, you can tell them nyina bye ngenda okula. I'm going to buy something, so put me out at the next stop. Something small like that.
Totandika muwa omuntu oyinza omusanga bw'atyo ye bw'avuga emmotoka ye.
Exactly. So don't be a backseat driver. Try to let the person driving you drive. Please let the person driving you drive. It becomes very irritating when you do such a thing, okay?
Yeah. If you're only third party, by the way, third party insurance, covering abantu batudde mu motoka oba bali bwerubuka.
That is something I have to come back for another day. I think we shouldn't just hit on it. Yeah.
So, but third party in our case, ye muntu gwe batutteko. Oli mu motoka ya Arthur akututteko, oli mu motoka ya Counsel akututteko, omuyisa akuwoleze ku musango gwo, toyina motoka, Counsel akututteko mu motoka, ate omugamba Counsel naye kana akamotoka nga tekakujjaamu. Balo yamina vuga Benz. Those comments
is the last thing I will talk about. You know these things ebimu ndi mubijjukira. Guys. This is the last thing I'll talk about for people who are third parties. If you're in someone's car, be considerate. If someone has given you a lift, please be considerate. If someone tells you that ngenda kuteeka wano, don't catch a feeling. You get? Because most times omuntu ayinza okuba talina mafuta bangi.
Nenga tasobola kiggamba.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ate na oba osabye lift, towa muntu mateeka ate. Because it's already courtesy, they are just taking you and you want them to take you home to get you. Waba kutadde ku kkubo si wabi. You get what I'm saying? Ninyawo ka border car 10. You get what I'm saying? And then there are people who live in, this happens to babes a lot. Let me tell you, there is a lady, a friend of mine was dating a lady. Okay, they were not dating, they were in the initial phases. So he gets to, mukwano wano nga gutandika lava eba nyingi. You get? You're trying to impress the girl. So the guy drove to see where the chick stays. The potholes there were different. The road was lit, I'm telling you. So the guy, he calls me up, tells me, man, the road is garbage. I've never been to such a road in my life. He tells me I'm never going back to that place. But surprisingly, the lady already knew how bad the road is. But if you know how bad the road is, why would you let someone drive their car to a bad road?
You know what ladies normally say? Nakukaka, you offered.
I think it's the sign of true love to tell someone nti yakubulye waffe bikoma wano. Nyongera okutegeera.
Abe waffe baleme kutula kunda banti ondeeseeko. My sisters have to see that my
parking eyo ne tutambula.
Balina kulaba mmotoka. Abe waffe balina kulaba mmotoka baganda bange. Yeah.
So I think that's it for third parties. We're going to.
So someone is saying,
something else?
Jonah said, talk about people whom you give lifts and they hope at the back seats as if you're the driver.
They what?
They hop into the back seats. Then
let me tell you, those are the unspoken rules of car etiquette, by the way. It's kind of rude to be alone with a vehicle of someone in a vehicle. We are two, me and you. Let's say me and you, Joanne.
Oh yeah, you sit in the back.
Then you sit in the back. Sit abantu. Why would you sit in the back?
Actually, for me, I think
you're turning me into your chauffeur.
It depends on which car.
Though for some people it's okay, but some people don't really like it. And when you're asking for a ride, please let the person confirm. Then you open the door. Some people will stand at your door outside, and then he will open while asking. Okay, are you asking? Stay out the car, ask. Let someone say yes or no, then you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Arthur,
with a budget of 13 million, can I get a car that can drive me long distances? If I tell you the price I bought my Corolla, you'll even be scared. I drive 85 kilometers a day. Day after day after day after day. And I've been driving it since like November last year, because that's when I started driving it to where I live. 85 kilometers a day. So just imagine 85 kilometers is half the distance to Masaka. So it means every 2 days I drive the distance of Masaka.
I don't even know what they mean by long distance, because I just recently, I think like 2 weeks ago, I went to Busia.
In your Raktis.
In my Raktis, to and fro, and the thing was moving.
Yeah, and I normally
remember along Lumino, Masafu, in Busia, the car was going, you know, the car, I couldn't even tell I'm in a Raktis. Yeah, it was firm on the road, very fast. I was overtaking cars. The car was very okay.
Yeah, and even what they say about CVT, and it's a CVT, it has a CVT gearbox.
Yeah,
they don't have a problem. Just know, if you have 13 million, of course with 13 million te weronda kasente ko kabaka kyabulamu, but with 13 million you can get a used Spacio, you can get a Raum, you can get a Wish.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine who recently spoke to me and told me they want to buy a car. I gave him a number. And the guy told me he has 12 million. No. He said he has 10. Then I told him, what car do you want? He told me, put it on Jagala Markex. Then I told him, I know his job. I know he doesn't really earn so much.
Yeah.
I told him Markex is what it's okay. You're saying all that because of excitement. No one wants to have a car that they drive once a week.
Yeah.
Believe me. So go free and get a gearbox and parking a week and pull it. Those were some of the harshest days of my life. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gendo gule VTs, gendo gule paso, togula moto kanene. It doesn't make sense.
And nobody really cares.
And no one cares by that.
Because at the end of the day, you need to have a goal. You need to have a reason for buying a car. See, just kugura nti olwokuba njagala Markex.
That's it.
So
you buy what you can afford. And be contented with what you have. Many people don't have that car by that. You know?
So if a follower of mine came to buy a car, he came all the way by there from like Mbarara Bushenyi.
Yeah. And
he wanted to buy a car. Now when he reached here, he called me, Mugamba, come and find me.
Yeah.
Mpeo. So he came and he was telling me he has 10 million. Now yeah, tavuga VTs. Tavuga paso. Tavuga VTs, tavuga paso, tavuga bumoto kwa butono takola chi. Tabuvuga na nga ina milioni 10. And I told him that with 10 million, the only car in my experience is Sawin. At this moment, the only car you can get at 10 million is VTs.
And let me tell you something.
Over paso by the way.
If you're getting your first car, you need to drive as much as you can. You need to be on the road longer. The more time you spend off the road, the more detriment unto you. You understand? It doesn't do you well when you're learning to drive a few times a week. When you drive those cars, those 1000cc cars, 1.3, is a motor car. I remember my first car, the Paso. I grew fat because of that car. Yeah, that's when I started.
You were having fun, yeah.
Even when I'm going to buy an egg at the shop, you drive to the shop. You understand? You want a chapati, you enter your car and go and drive to buy a chapati. Why? Because you literally look onto the speed gauge, the fuel gauge,
and there is still fuel.
And you keep wondering when the fuel will get done, and the fuel just never gets done. That's what you need. You don't need a Markex that you're putting fuel. And you wonder where the fuel is going. You start asking yourself whether the car has issues. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, but if you really afford the car and you feel you can handle it, why not? You could go for it.
Okay, so for those that don't know why there is a little sound, we are trying to I spoiled the brakes. Okay, I failed to manage to maintain in time. Ne Counsel, what was the Kumoroka manual?
No. Never driven a manual car before.
Kati wabato vuganga damo jemu empewe mirundi ebiri just. Kato jemu ngojira. So, okay, let's continue, Counsel.
I think we can now start the car owner.
The car owners. Now, for you guys that have not yet bought cars, you're going to come back and buy. You're going to come back to Gule Motoka. You need to pay attention to what Counsel is saying. What you're supposed to be doing as a car owner.
First of all, like I said, before we started anything, buy a car you can afford. Buy a car you can maintain, a car you can fuel. That is the first thing. So if you already have a car, well, let's get into it. One.
Actually, some people should not even buy a car. Do you know why? Today.
Yeah.
Today, I've been talking to someone.
Yeah.
He's a big man. And he has been telling me that a motorcar here for the brakes. He openly admits that it has been a long time since he actually maintained his car, the braking system. But the mechanic has asked him for 120,000, but he doesn't have it. That person should not be having a car.
True.
Some people should just not buy cars. Counsel together. Let me test it. Counsel, let's go.
So Arthur is driving, he's test driving his car. I think the first thing I'm going to talk about is road rage. Okay? I think we have all been a victim. We have all been
a victim or perpetrators.
Exactly. We have either caused it or someone has brought it onto us. Road rage. You know, it's hard to concentrate when Arthur is just driving.
Are you sure? I normally do my lives when I'm actually driving.
Yeah.
Even when I'm in jam, even when I do my road rages. These people are there with me. So you guys, my brakes have been replaced. So I'm just making sure
that's why I'm jacking forward.
Yeah, I'm making sure anti-brakes. Normally when they replace your brakes, you need to actually test it yourself. Mechanic ajja kugamba motoka esiba naye nga atete siba. So kati alina okwongera jjemu.
I don't know if you charge people for test driving also.
No, but this is something that, or okuyiga nti this is where I'm comfortable.
Yourself, yes.
I'm comfortable. Kati here where it is, I know people that will be comfortable with it. Nagamba nti kati aweeri esiba, but for me, here I'm not comfortable. Kati wanonze mpulira tesiba. Ebulamu. Because there is a time when nali nyingidde benzi y'omusajja ekintu ekyantasa kyali kimu nti brakes zange zaali zikwatirawo.
So now you also know that when you replace your brakes or anything on your car, you don't just leave, you first test drive it.
That's why emotoka bw'oba ogenda kukola ebintu nga brakes.
And ladies have a habit of not wanting to be in garages. Let me tell you, no one wants to sit in a garage with you.
Akubira na makanika n'amugamba jangu oginone.
Bemugamba makanika anone emmotoka yo akubba bulungi nnyo because they know you're not there. And you're not going to do anything about it. So you understand what I'm saying? The mechanic will steal and keep taking things out of the vehicle without your knowledge because you're never there. But when you're there in person, even when you just sit there and look at the guy, they'll be feeling like, what if the lady actually knows that I'm ripping her off?
Yeah.
What if I'm taking out this part and I'm
so ate buli bw'otabeerawo waliwo by'otayiga.
And you'll never learn if you're not there.
There's a mechanic that told me one time a lady drove the car with the handbrake engaged.
Yeah.
You know when bw'ogivuga emmotoka nga brake zigize etuuka n'ejaminga n'egaana okutambula.
Yeah.
Kati the lady drove with the handbrake engaged, emmotoka n'etuuka n'egaana okutambula. Very side. Kati when it gets to that time n'egaana ng'ali ku northern bypass ng'akubira makanika. Makanika bw'atuuka ye n'akimanya nti it's a handbrake.
Yeah.
Sambe? So what happened? He tells the lady computer efudde simanya biki nyino gitwala mu wiring mpaye emitwalo 10 ntandikira awo. The lady gave the guy 100,000 and she took a border. Makanika nga ajjamu handbrake nga avuga emmotoka nga agenda ku garage. So what he did nga agenda emabega nga ajjayo brakes nga aziwawulako n'oluwawu, he replaced them.
That's what they do.
And just like that omukazi bwe yakomawo nga mugamba nno byabadde bya bbeeyi bansabye emitwalo 15. And just like that, just driving with the handbrake engaged, the lady coughed 250.
And another thing you should know, whenever they are working on your car, when they take out something, try to ask what they are taking out and why. It's okay. I know you might turn out like someone that is intrusive or mtu aino lugezigezi.
Why is eka?
But it's okay because it's your car.
It's your car and it's your money.
It's your money. You're not being worked on for free. And like Arthur says all the time, those people are not your friends. Even if he's your OB, even if you studied
even
together,
if he's your brother or uncle,
even if he's your brother, he's out there trying to make money. So they are going to rip you off with every single chance they get. You understand?
Counsel tugende manso sigenda kuddamu kuvuga kutawanya.
Okay. So road rage.
There is an international sign known of what is wrong with you. Have you used that before?
Exactly. I remember when I first had my parcel, I used to put my mirrors down. Not to get fresh air, but to abuse the people who are abusing me. You get?
Revenge.
Because when you're in small cars, everyone will abuse you. A border guy will abuse you.
Even those on bicycles, yeah.
Even when you hoot for someone in the middle of the way, they will abuse you for nothing. You know, they will insult you or something. So a time reaches when you really can't take it anymore. So you put your window at a border bafuma. Or border jakuba musobya kuvume. But my mother once told me, I used to complain and I used to spend the whole day cursing. You know, I had a foul mouth because of borders. Then sometimes you would say a word in a chabu because you're so pissed. But all because of what? Because of the border guys. So my mother once told me, borders twazalibwa weziri. So you just have to learn how to handle this. Because these guys have been around since before time and they're still around up to now. What you should know is borders, most of these people don't have even licenses to drive. They don't even know the rules of the roads. Borders don't know they don't have. Let me tell you, I've been a biker before. And among the mindsets you have to have as a biker or anyone on a motorist on the road, on a motorcycle, you need to know you always have no right of way. Why? Your body is your body.
The motorcycle cannot save you in any way.
Let me make it clearer to you. A car has a body, an extra body, this metal.
So you have a layer that is protecting you.
There's something that's protecting you in case of impact. When you're on a bike, you fall, your impact is your elbow, your head, your what. That's and you know how tarmac is very bad. They have nasty wounds, nasty fractures. You get? I know you can also die in a car. But on a motorcycle, it's different.
So, Joan is saying, after the owner of Espacio is hoping to sell me his car next year in July at 12 to 14 million. Number plate UBD has been driven for 5 years. Is it a good offer? But you'll get you to check it out. Okay, depends on. I hope it's a new model though. We'll also have to see the prices at that time, because someone might want to sell you a UBD at 12 to 14 million in July next year, when actually it's supposed to be 10 at that time. But we'll look at it. Currently, UBD is actually high. Espacio is high. Eh?
You also need to know why they want to sell it to you next year.
Yeah, and why not now?
And why not now? Because they don't have a sentence.
Yeah. Kati waba planning ajiguza gwaga nyino omuntu wanga akomawo.
That is also a question.
So
probably it's not in his names.
Exactly. Ayinza no work planning nti oyo gwensobola okubba.
You get?
Sometimes
they keep you there to show you they don't want your money, and maybe the car has its faults, but they want to put you in that FOMO, fear of losing out. Is that how you call it?
Yeah.
Fear of missing out. Yeah. FOMO.
Yeah.
So, you know, when people get you in your desperate position, now they know they have you. Your mind is blind towards even doing your due diligence. You know you have to check parking tickets, but really, how many of you even check that when you're buying? You don't check for parking tickets, you don't check for outstanding tickets, these normal tickets, multiplex, or even traffic officers. Yeah. You understand?
Someone has deleted the comment. But anyway, let's go on.
So let's go on. I was talking about borders. Borders, first of all, the first thing you learn in Uganda when you're driving is borders will never ever pay attention to your indicators. And if they do, it's by the grace of God. Let me tell you, every time you sit on the wheel of your car and drive, you save a border man's life. Every day. I don't care whether you've driven for a week. These guys, you will indicate for almost, I don't know how many meters.
And they still will not see.
And the guy will show you.
And
you will knock him. And you know, in the people's court, you will never be the one in right when someone is laying on the ground.
Actually, in the people's court,
you understand?
Omwavu tazza
musango. When the guy falls down, it's a fracture.
Exactly. Let me tell you a story. There is a time. Anti kati mmotoka eno kakasa anti esiba twaligenze ffenna kati lindamu. So there is a time ku kyalo kyaffe where I live, I was enjoying the music. Ntaddeko SC mpalise ndabirwa. Yes, my Corolla has SC.
It does. I'm witness.
Yeah.
To that.
Ntaddeko ka SC. Nziruka ntadde music ali very loud. I was rushing to go to the bank Saturday. Sawa ziringa nyajukira on Saturday they close at midday. And then I find a border guy in a corner. Nga piche muzikiddeko bali bamuyigiriza.
Yeah.
I tried to divert my mutase. Then I found a kid in front of me. Then I had to come back. Nemukuba with this door. And then, what I did is I got out of my car, assessed the damage. The door was badly damaged. But then I looked at the people. Then what I did, because I know people's court, I went to the border guy, Nemugamba Jangu, sat him in my car, took him to the hospital. Then I came back. When I came back, I got there, his border, and then I drove off to town.
Actually, normally the right thing to do when you knock is get the person you have, if they're not badly injured.
Yeah.
Sort it out with that person. Go kuonye mao. Yeah. That's the best.
Because bajjamuwa amagezi bamugambe oyo neddabo omuzza bwoti ajja kuwa sente bweziti. No, it's okay.
It's okay. You get it.
Yeah.
So, we were still talking about borders. The topic of borders. Everyone has a story of their own, honestly speaking. But borders, taxi drivers, I know every person that has driven has been at Chibuye, Sawaya, Queenie. Let me tell you, taxi drivers will test your patience. Taxi drivers, I'm telling you. Because first of all, they want to act too skilled and they end up being stupid. You know, they will be in this lane. A taxi driver is this kind of person who will be in a lane and they start feeling like lane yo tambula na kuchika.
And very fast.
You get what I'm saying? And very fast. And they abuse you even in the process. You get what I'm saying? And what you should know, abavuga taxi, I'm sorry for taxi owners, but I normally have this quote. Omusajja oli abavuga sigi. Do you know what I mean in sigi? Nti eri emmotoka ya mirimu. Scratching.
Ekola sente buli lunaku.
It's okay. Like what I mean is teetaga kubanga enyirira. Taxi when you're entering a taxi, do you mind how good it looks on the outside?
No, you just want to get to your destination.
You just get in and go. So these guys don't care how their car looks. Even one scratch makes you feel like you have asthma. You can't take it.
Yeah, they scratch you and you stop breathing.
You want to go and spray your car immediately. Yeah. Forgetting even next week a body will scratch you or something. Now let me tell you something. Let the taxis win. Especially when you're learning.
Me, I don't let them win. That's why I make my brakes very hard.
No, when you're learning, if you have learned now like us, when I'm driving, no. Those people are very funny. When they knock you, motoka naduka. Najirekawo.
So toina kuwoza nayo.
Ate motoka yiye. Ere motoka bagiswala ku police nga they start looking for the owner of the vehicle.
The owner will come,
which takes some time. My sister was knocked very seriously in a Mark II sometime along, I've forgotten, is it Nankulabi there? The junction. And the guy ran out. You know? And it took almost 5 days to identify the taxi owner. And when the guy came, he started bargaining on repairing the vehicle.
That they never really have money.
Yes, they never really have money. You understand? So let the taxi drivers win. If you're learning, if you have learned, do it at your own risk. The guy will scratch you. Those guys don't care how beautiful or how ugly their cars look like. Still on the issue of road rage. When you're driving, normally nowadays people have this thing of teaching their. Okay, people no longer go to driving schools nowadays. Do you know that, Arthur?
I never went to a driving school.
I also personally went there for a week.
Yeah, I didn't
I
go
didn't
at
even
all.
finish the week.
Yeah.
So what happens in Nadala rich people, Lubowa, Muyenga side, the guy has a V8, he has a Prado here, there. So he teaches his woman in his car. So many good-looking cars out there are being driven by learners, and you have no idea. So the person is driving, and they're in 2 lanes. Then you start flashing lights. You understand? Then they panic. Next thing you know, you're overtaking. It happened to me on New Year's Eve. I overtook a BMW X6 in Lubowa. Honestly, I thought the person knows how to drive, and they're just being a jerk. So I came, flashlights. I hooted, used my horn. Then the person driving moved a little bit to the side. So when I accelerated to overtake the car, all of a sudden the car turned and went towards where I'm overtaking from. So to swerve away from knocking the car, there was a kid on this side of the road. God just helped me because I smashed the entire mirror on the kid. The side mirror. Yona nenjikira n'okunjikira. Nenvuga ne parkinga ku quality ababoda ne bajja omwana wange omukono gunuusa. Do you get what I'm saying? But what did I learn from that? Woba oyisa omuntu ng'ayiga. Omuntu ayiga, first of all, tebamuyisiza mu kkubo nga ffunda. Okiwulira, olabanga emmotoka ng'etaddeko double indicators. Ebiseera ebisinga eyinza obutaba nfu, but mulimu omuntu ayiga obuyizi. Instead of going to driving school, that's what they do nowadays. So you have to be cautious.
Yeah.
You have to be cautious when you're driving. Yeah. That is something you need to look out for.
They used to tell us that when you're on the road, you're driving. They say you're driving 3 cars.
Exactly.
4. You're driving the car behind you. There are 3 cars. The car behind you.
Yeah.
The car that is coming towards you.
Yeah.
And now katigatako ne border. So you're driving all those things. Tokkiriza muntu mulala kutegeera even when you're ne boda banga musajja mukulu nnyo. Abasajja abakulu abamu bayize late. Emmotoka agiguze emyaka 5 n'atandikirawo okuvuga gw'omulaba muntu wabuvunaanyizibwa naye ng'emmotoka tagimanyi bulungi.
Actually they say ovuga ku kkubo kitwala nti gwe kaategeera.
Abalala tebalina magezi.
So road rage, please guys, you need to try and manage your emotions, because at the end of the day when something happens,
you pray.
It can be permanent though.
Yeah,
it can be permanent. Like if someone dies, so a life is lost.
No, vakwecho. Like the shootings. Oyinza okuvuma owa maje.
Exactly.
Nakube sasi navuga n'agenda. Yeah. Remember sasi werivuga, everyone runs away.
Then all of a sudden, the speaker of police is telling us they are looking for the guy. They don't know him.
Nga gwe wafudde oba ebyenda biyise.
Or they put some name there of a guy you don't even know if trials are ongoing in the court martial.
Yeah, but at that time gobo chabirinako, you're fighting for your life, you're imagining leaving your kids if you have them.
That's it.
Because you abused someone on the road.
You understand. So that road rage, ladies are faint-hearted, by the way. Sometime back I was driving with my lady in a car. But if I wasn't in that car, she would have had an accident. Because she started minding this rear view mirror, and she forgot the road. Emotoka netandika okuwabanga edda mu luwonko. Kyokka nga ate omusajja gy'ayisiza. So I had to hold the car for her here, who is in the shotgun. I had to hold the steering wheel for her, rotate it back and keep the car in our lane. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it all started with this guy flashing lights. You know, there's a way people are rude with their lights. They even, how they call it, they tailgate.
Actually, me normally what I do, if you give me full lights, if you do that flashing of lights unendingly, I slow down.
Sometimes I even do a sign for you
buka, yeah. I slow down because
I pass my hand out to buka. That's the right thing to do.
You slow down. Exactly. Normally when you slow down for someone that has full lights, they actually really slow down.
So you have to take note of that. Like, I think the next thing that we're going to talk about is, I think we've really talked about road rage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to comment on how people abuse other people on the road.
You can just use the international sign of what is wrong with you. This.
Yeah.
They know.
Exactly.
There's another abuse. Just do this.
But by the way, come to think of it, it's always best to just keep your windows up. Yeah. So, because ebiseera ebisinga nze mba nvuga ababoda baagala okunvuma nga takulaba ati nti n'alingiza bw'ati naye ng'anoonya waavumira nga takulaba n'avuga n'agenda. It saves you, keeps you your peace. Ogenda muvuma akusinge ogende nga you're not happy
akuvuma n'agenda
abasajja abo bawe mulaba. Just let it go. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Okay? So we've talked about road rage. We are talking about car etiquette, guys. The second thing I'm going to talk about is, guys, please keep your cars clean. Arthur, your car is very clean.
Is it?
Very.
My car is not clean.
It's very.
This weekend I didn't wash it because abana bange bali mu holiday a week. So
Arthur, do you agree with me that whenever you keep a car dirty, emotoka ekaddiwa mangu?
Actually, that can teyunya na bulungi. Simanyi oba enfuufu.
Emotoka ekaddiwa na mangu. Those are the cars you find on UBH looking like you. You understand?
I think the paint has that thing. The more you leave the dust on, the more the paint gets old.
Exactly. No one wants to sit in a car when ngemotoka efaanana bw'ekyo. It's gross, really. People won't tell you naye.
But Counsel, kintu ky'omanya emotoka enyuma okwoza ng'ekyali mpya when you still love it.
Ne oba ekaddiye tekikugana kuuma motoka yo nga
nyonjo.
Naye ate oba oyoza tera nnyo okubagamba abantu toyoza motoka mu yingini. Unless ng'akikoledde kakimanyi nnyo.
I don't find the
guys washing their engines. N'akomekerera nga amazzi bagakubye mu computer, amazzi bagakubye mu radiator. Emotoka n'egaana okola ki? Okwaka.
Because you have a lot of electronics in front there.
Ate abo abaana abooza emmotoka, they don't have money. Agenda kukubiramu amazzi agambe mukama wange ensonyiwa.
No, and that's a liability you take on once you accept your motor code as a engine. But I also find no reason to wash the engine. Okujanga motor kugenda jitunda.
Tewali reason really.
But also, I think I'll do a video on wait. Bye. I'll also do a video on how you can actually clean the engine yourself without putting a lot of water there. Exactly. Because sometimes
there's a guy that told me nti yetayoza motoka ye buli wajoza enkuba etonya. Can you imagine?
I used to think like that.
Come on.
I used to think like that, but I think when you grow up, not only kugenda bife by'obuvunanyizibwa, it changes. For example, me, where my kids go to school, ekifo kiri kya buvunanyizibwa. My car is one of the oldest cars. People come nga bavuga emotoka zize tulaba mu firimu, and they are very clean. It's like those guys don't move anywhere. So with time you adjust yourself n'ogamba nedda naye nkantandika okulongosa ku motoka yange nemukuswala. Then also nenzija wano wenkolera, then you find that abantu bajja n'emmotoka nga zinyira nga balinga abatazivuga. So I started washing every evening.
And Arthur, the way you maintain your car is how oba okumya sente zo. Emmotoka ogivuga obubi oba otagirabirira togikola service. At the end of the day n'emmotoka togenda kufa nayo. You reach a point you want to upgrade, you want to get another car. Those are the things they are going to use against you. They will be like, n'emmotoka eno tenyirira. Like, have you ever bought a car because of how beautiful the interior is? However old, nengo olabe emito giri intact. You want njagala otuko okutunda emmotoka yo nga toyogera bingi. You sit there and you tell someone, I want this money, you test drive. So omanyi babamu n'obugambo bwe baagala mbubase ebbeeyi enenge emeketa avula nga mpulira.
But all those things come from by the way, someone commented on one of our videos nti avuze emmotoka emyaka 3 talina kyeyali akanisa okujjako okukyusa ebipiira. Does that sound realistic?
No.
Ne oba wagigula mu bond?
No.
For 3 years?
That is too good to be true.
Mu myaka 3 yakagula mipiira gyokka.
That is too good to be true.
And he bought the car in 2019. The only reason yoyinza okuba kati essaawa eno the costs went down because in 2020 we didn't drive literally the entire 2020 tetwavuga motoka.
Exactly.
So that full year motoka teyatambula. So it's 2 years, but even in those 2 years at least wakyusa brakes.
Of course.
Wakyusa bushes. Okujjako ng'ovuga nga kansa abeerezana ng'okolera wano
Era still wabaawo obufa.
obufa.
Because I recently replaced my brake pads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yagambye mipiira gyokka. I would like to actually talk to him live.
I don't think.
Yeah.
So another thing, when you're driving on the road, bino ebimotoka bino bisino truck, be trailer, ebimotoka tubiwa ekitiibwa. Because you know those cars, first of all, their braking mechanism is not the same as our cars. There's a time I was at Zambia and I saw a Hajat behind a trailer of I think Mukwano, and the Hajat was bumper close to that car on a slope. I think you've seen instances of those cars failing to brake, and they actually,
I think this happened around 2014. Boy, you say that hill that goes to Sao Apollo, that wide load vehicle, it had, I think, 2 graders.
Yeah.
The brakes failed and it crushed over 30 cars. And all those people died in there.
You understand?
So I tell them normally,
wetubanga tuleeta ekibuli ku mmotoka, ebimotoka ebinene ebyo tubireke. Bino mbumbo nga wowaguza n'abataxi, olaba sino truck gireke egende.
Because still era bwana okutobera ajja kuvaamu adduke.
Ayinza n'obutakulaba ekimotoka kiri waggulu. Ayinza n'okulaba naye ng'ali ku mira. You know those guys smoke some things. They are never really okay sometimes. So it's not really worth it. You'd rather let the car go. You know, one of the rules of joining any road when you're in intersections is patience, not so?
Yeah.
Because eventually you'll get a spot and you will go. Techigasa kupapa notatuuka.
And then the math is Counsel Yunusu ne bompisiza wano nga tugenda Kampala road ku bitaala nja kusanga.
Tujja kutuuka. Ekinene nnyo nja kuba 2 minutes or 5 minutes late.
5 minutes are too much.
Yeah.
From my experience, abantu bampisiza ematuga nakuyisiza ematuga nadduka zwi n'omusanga ebwayise bitaala. N'omuyisa.
Abasajja ba taxi kyenjagala era tukyakola research twagala kumanya. Aba taxi banywa biki kubanga owa taxi akuleetera n'avuga n'akulaga nti no tayagala nakukkiriza kujoininga mu leeni ye. N'atuuka wali n'ayimirira. N'amala n'asiba omulundi ogwo. Olwo ng'alabye omusaabaze wano. N'aweeta bw'ati n'agenda n'afuna omusaabaze.
Yeah.
So why were you speeding like that in the first place? Anyway, I understand the more trips, the more money, but
abagezaako kunoonya basaabaze mangu.
But still, that's really, it's not the right way to ride. One thing I forgot to tell you, Arthur, if you look at there's a page called 49 on YouTube. That page talks about motorcyclists. Do you know 49? The page is 49. FORTNINE. The video is motorcycle invisibility. Most of these border accidents we see are not because car drivers are heartless or insensitive or something, but it's because sometimes we have what they call object fixation. When you're driving, Arthur, you look, when you're driving, your mind is tuned to watching out for a threat on the road. So when you look out of your window, you're looking at trucks, you're looking at fellow cars. Yeah. You're not going to mind a border, you're not going to mind a bicycle.
Because they are not really dangerous.
What happens, this is actually a biological thing. It's explained scientifically with the brain. Yeah. The brain fixates on a car, even though you're seeing a border like this, you will not see it. You will actually see nothing there, and you will enter the road and knock that person very badly. So I think this will go to border drivers. Baina nnyo kino ekintu nti omuntu andaba. Kasita andaba ababoda bo bamanyi be baina right of way tebasiba. Yeah. Borders normally get knocked because they don't brake.
Someone is asking you, what should we include in agreements when buying a personal car, and what legal issues should we look out for before buying?
Okay, that one I'll answer it very quickly. Insurance, I'll come back with it at broad. Yeah. So, of course, the seller, the buyer, their national IDs. There should be a clause on the amount you have purchased your vehicle. They should be, if you're buying in installments, they should include the duration, the actual duration.
Yeah, the real one.
Yes.
Tote count.
Si biri ebyaffe mu emyezi ebiri nti bino biri ku lupapula tofaayo. Actually ebiri ku lupapula faayo.
Ebiri ku lupapula bye bituufu bye bagenda okuyimirirako nga batwala emmotoka yo.
Ebiwulira. You get what I'm saying? So there has to be a clause on the duration of payment.
Yeah.
The way in which you're going to pay the installments. But you can choose to neglect that as long as the duration is there.
Nga duration ogisobola.
You have to put there the logbook also of the car. Okay? If they don't give you a copy, then at least you need to put the car, the name and the make,
the engine number,
the engine number,
the chassis number,
the chassis number of
the
car.
color.
Exactly, the color. See, Arthur is a lawyer himself.
No,
he knows most of these things that have to be. There has to be a witness.
Yeah.
And the witness has to sign.
You have to have a witness, your own witness. Yes. By the way.
You have to have your own witness.
Because ajja kwegaana.
So they don't have your best interests at heart.
Yeah.
Minor interests is all.
So you need to have someone that is on your side.
Exactly. Yeah. Basically, that's it.
But also,
you have to attach the national ID
of the person selling.
And I would actually love that you first confirm that indeed in a motoka erimanya goyo.
Most of the times it's not. So normally what I tell you guys is that when you buy a car, when they say to guzene motoka, there is a way we check and you know who the person in whose names the car is. Then you also get the phone number of that person. No mukubira no mugamba, I'm buying this car.
And even when you're paying, keep every single payment you have made.
The receipts.
I don't even need a receipt. Mean a receipt.
Yeah.
You might not have a receipt because maybe oliwaka noweereza omusajja mobile money nakugamba nzifunye olwokuba ayogera bulungi omusajja alina omulimu ogw'amaanyi akolera mu kifo bafuna sente nogamba I don't really think I need to go at answer iningire nti afunye emitwalo 5 boss.
Go and get that.
You go and get that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, if you don't get that thing, keep a screenshot of your mobile money, sending money to that person.
And it has to be in his name.
Yes. If possible, print it out.
And
keep it. Yes. Yeah.
So you make sure you get the number of the person in whose names the car is, call them, make sure that car, he doesn't need any money from that car. Because it can actually be a case of theft. They may sell to you a car that was stolen. And do not complete your money until they give you full transfer. Yeah.
Binombo soko tuwe, tumali tukwe transfer. Oba tomanyi Kampala.
Yeah, make sure you get the transfer. So if you call this person, you tell them, oh no, call it a transfer, njisasule.
Era wo inezibulayo zikwata sokaji kuwe.
Asoka kwe transfer form. Yeah.
That's the right way to go.
So I hope your question has been answered.
I hope I've answered that question.
If it has not been answered, you can come back with a counter question so that he expounds on that. Yeah, I'm going to talk about these things that someone, as Steve Barros is saying, he has lost trust of people who sell cars on Gigi. Every time I go for inspection, they tell me it has just been sold, and then they tell me stories.
Baba broker.
Yeah,
but
so
let me tell you, even the Raktis I'm driving now, I bought it on Gigi. I also had lost faith in Gigi, but actually, when I was selling my Golf, I posted it on Gigi. When I was selling my Paso, I posted it on Gigi. Okay, like mubamu abantu nga gwe Arthur, me, you, whoever is watching, a car owner, who is selling their car,
genuinely,
but broker babbi.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to use this term. I'm not saying
kale si babbi.
Okay.
Batetenkanya.
Bagezi.
Yeah.
You understand? So babroka baba bagala nabo kulyako ebiseera ebisinga. Katayinza n'obutagamba kituufu kiriwo nga naye ayagala kulyako. Nagamba bagula 12 zaabimala. Okitegeera naye nga bagula 15. Okitegeera? So the app has people who are selling genuinely, and it has plenty of brokers, so it's literally luck.
Yeah, so
because even the Raktis I'm driving,
you bought it in.
Yeah, the moment I tapped call now, it was the owner of the car, and I was so happy that there was no broker in between us. So we dealt together,
one way,
until
one way for you to realize that the person you're trying to contact is not a broker. Normally, brokers promote their posts. Kubaka kagambo promoted D times 3 times 5.
True.
But real car owners post na bivako. They are not promoted, and sometimes the real car owners have about one ad a year motorcar.
I don't know if you've really ever been in the hassle of looking for a car with a broker.
I have, but I've been lucky to normally find the car you want.
Your head will ache. You see those people? You tell them njagala spatio over fielder. Akubira kugambe Counsel or anyone. Emotoka akamotoka koyagala kaka no wano. Kaka no wano yangu omusajja akola ki?
Agenda.
You will take a border, you go there, and then the guy will be having a new. Ja oli wa fielder boda mukubira nga takwata. Simanyi obesimye lwaki teriko. Ba kusimye zemu mukubira ne kanuwa kano kalungi ate kasegeje.
So he's trying to make a sale no matter what.
So sometimes na kutambuza wa mugambe yagala kino na kutambuza. So me what I tell them ngenda kufunira kasingi naye wontambuza nentuka awo ngemotoka gye kugambe si eriwo sina chenja kuwa njagala nkakasinga sinava waka actually mpereza ekifaananyi ku WhatsApp nsooke ndabe ojja mugamba oyagala UB series akulaga nti no waliwo UA. You get what I'm saying?
Because it is survival. He has to close a sale that day.
That is how those people operate. So be very cautious when you operate with them, and don't let them get to your soul. Yes, I know they are convincing, but please keep your mind open. You have to know that those people are not looking out for your best interest. I swear, those people are not looking out for your best interest. They need 100k or 50,000.
But that money can cost you 20 million.
That's all.
If you're not careful.
So, however nice they speak to you, even if the guy msajja antolera salamu na
siramu munno
kata tusale fena juma
kumba kutwala kutomeza
see a fat day.
Yeah. And they know soft spots. Yeah. They know if you are from the same tribe, that's a soft spot.
And don't show them
same religion.
Don't show them your thinking. They won't let you think.
Yeah.
You're better off telling him Sika. Because they don't stop talking.
Yeah.
Those guys talk and whenever you be like katira bayo Counsel. Kanala kugamba. Like they will, you know, they don't let you think. And that's bad. That's why when you're buying a car, it's not good to go alone.
You need to have
someone
a whispering bird.
Asa yetagula. Utambula naye. Tali ku pressure joliko. Asa ine motoka.
That's a very good thing.
You understand?
Wetago muntu atali ku
pressure. Aine motoka ye yetafaayo. Because at the end of the day, I know brandy. If you go out there and tell them asa yantwala nanguzise ekimotoka. Asa wanadda ku live muja gambo musajja oyo mubbi. So asa has something to protect. You understand? But when he says these things, it is true. Or broke at inacha kuma. Anonya zalunaku adeye waka.
Atene bwana kubono mukodachi.
There's nothing you're going to do.
Actually,
we
even
have had the cases of those people killing people, by the way.
The brokers themselves.
Yes, there's a case of Betty Donna Katushabe. They killed that lady, but broke her pine.
This one where they have this guy.
I was reading her case at length. They killed her. Out of the car deal yalita na life sent bamutwala ku pine yao basoka mukubira masimu ne bamulimba and eventually they got to get high, but they acted like they want to discuss different things in the agreement. Tebamuli bubi, they were so nice to her. Then you gave them time, ne bamuvuga mbo bajeno ku pine ne batuuka ne bamukuba bubi nnyo omukazi ne bamu. Yes.
It's the same thing I
go told and if you can anyway. If you will. But Betty Donna Katushabe, probably maybe Nile Post or something posted. Yeah. That lady was killed here in Uganda in a car deal.
And the guy is out. Yeah, you know. Wapaini.
Hey, the owner of Pine.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah, food. So brokers are not in your best interest. I told these guys about this guy. Yeah, very popular one. One day, he sold a friend of one of my friend's brothers. Bamuguza super custom. Ne batukandoza nga bajagala. Ne bagimujjako ku mudumu gw'emmundu. Ne bamuwa kiterano.
Some people even say babamu neddagala, but me, I'm a Muslim. I don't know if it is true.
But do you know that witchcraft exists?
It does exist.
Omusajja ajja nakwatako bw'ati ng'oyina
n'ogula.
I have a girl that I work with. She told me downtown there, boys have sticks. Those boys abayita brother jangu. Nga bwakwatako bw'ati you have to buy.
Bannange tokkiriza broker kuvimbirako. Kanyogerega munna Uganda munnamu.
Yeah.
Broker oyo golaba ebiseera ebimu baba tebalina mmotoka bambi. Ebiseera ebisinga let me say. But those guys will talk down on your vehicle. Kana akamotoka twakatu waliwo wali kabiddi. Goli wano neyo ate okakaba milioni mwenda oyo katoka tunda. The guy will really make you feel like you're driving a piece of crap. But he has no car. You have a car. He's trying to make 100,000.
But he's talking down on
because
you
he's
so
smart.
That
Ate baba smart our guy. Let me tell you, there is a certain broker. I won't say the name, but we fell out. This is how it happened. When I was selling my car, I had to use their bond. You understand? So when I took my car there, I think they would drive it. Emotoka njejjeko kubanga esaba service. Omanyi German cars zireta service now. Njejjeko esaba service njagala ebeere wali
erime kubanga etambula.
Kuba eri mu bondi bagituukirako ne bagiraba saagala nagivuga service ya emotoka bwe ogivuga ng'ebanja service y'omu Germany. You don't know what you're spoiling. So one day I go there randomly. I find the guy ng'emotoka yange bali mujju kuba lupiira bajoze. Naye nga parking yaabwe terimu yadde n'ebisooto. So I'm wondering, emotoka eno enkyafu bweti, how did it get this dirty yet your parking is full of tarmac?
Yeah.
And it's parked in one place and I am paying for the parking.
Every day.
You understand? So the guy tells me, first of all, Counsel, you know, they have that, they talk big, by the way. They talk big. They talk a big game. So the guy tells me, Counsel now, kati gwe kyoba omanya, no one here can drive your car. No one here can drive your car. Ojja natukubye essimu ogwa bugwi. What is wrong with me not calling you? Eh?
I'm coming to see my car.
I'm coming to see my car and I park for the space. Are you doing me any favor here?
No.
So the guy tells me, kati yogerako n'omwana oyo. Because they have offices. There's only like a laptop and something. Yogerako n'oyo omwana. Ono tuba ne Range Rover. You understand? Ono omwana gye yabadde ne Range Rover. Ne mubuuza, alina Range Rover? Nedda. Yabadde nayo jjo. Consent anti otegedde yabadde nayo kati eno gofu yange.
Temugivuga mugireke.
This is my car. Oba oli yabadde ne Range Rover y'abendi ng'agivuga ng'ebeera wano naye nga nnyiniyo tayomba. Oli wa Range Rover ye. Nze ndi wa gofu yange eno.
Togivuga gireke.
Togivuga nasasulira parking. I'm trying to sell my car. But you know, so guys, I'm not trying to belittle brokers. I'm not trying to belittle mechanics. I want you to face the real world. The real world is those people are not your friends and they are trying to make some money. Yeah. That is it. So tusobola okubayita ababisi babbi. Nga mugamba mbu baloya tuli bayayi.
Ate mmwe nammwe. You are in a class of your own.
Aga baloya babbi, baloya bayayi.
You people.
We are all trying to make money. If someone outsmarts you, then it's on you. Exactly. Though lawyers and anyway, I won't speak for everyone, but I don't believe that quote of Baba lawyer.
I think lawyers matter. For me, a lawyer helped me get my brother out of prison.
Someone will tell you, lawyer jakulereza omuntu ng'akimanyi yakikoze. Of course I will.
Because it's your job.
Because the law dictates that that person has to have someone okumuwuliriza. Era ne wennaagaana, someone else will. And this is what I studied.
If I don't do it, someone else will.
Secondly, I have no how do they call them? Those I cannot see through someone's heart. Yeah. And tell that mbutufu no after yasse. Nebo bomanya nti yasse. Sometimes a person will tell you nti yasse because bam settings up bulungi nnyo. That they also feel like yasse. What can I say? You understand? They gave up. People out there and they gave up. They don't even really want to fight the system anymore. Yes. Yeah. So you do your job. Yeah. So that was just we kind of deflated. We left the direction we were on, Arthur.
No, you find it.
Yeah. So we were still talking about car etiquette. We were talking about giving truck space.
Yeah.
Guys, don't leave your kids in the car alone.
Hmm?
Please don't leave your kids in the car alone.
And by the way, kids pay attention. Okay?
Yes. And if you do so, please keep your windows down. Kids, ebisolo, you can have a rabbit maybe in a cage behind or something. No sense is a darenda bibamu wagulu. Ojja komawo nga omuntu gwolesseemu waba mwana nga akufuddeko or something.
There's a story I read of a woman that omwana kati yagongobala.
Yeah.
Omwana yasigala mu motoka for a long time.
Yeah.
Mukazi yamusanga passinze out.
No, that's really terrible.
And they had to do brain surgery, but still it didn't help. So it's bad.
Actually, another thing, this is not really car etiquette. It's about your driving skills. When you're driving at home, try to be mindful of your surroundings. Toddlers are not the height of your vehicle. We've had this after there's a guy who ran over his own child at home. He reversed and ran over his daughter. And he drove out. That's
painful.
It hurts. You understand? So you have to be mindful of toddlers around. Even me when I get back home, kitabani kyange kidduka emisinde kigulewo gate. Waliwo omwana oyo we yajja okugulawo gate nga nze simanyi okitegeera nga baguddewo dda. It's people, neighbors around that told me nti sebo lekeraawo ng'omwana ali mu mmotoka lwakiti si mpanvu naye ng'omwana simulaba. Because omwana oyo aba mumpi wabeera mu mmotoka oba tomulaba. Yeah. You understand?
Yeah, that's something to think about.
That is something you really, really, really need to think about when you're driving. Your kids, if you put them in the back, these cars have what they call, how do they call it? Child lock.
Baby lock.
Lock doors. Omwana ajja kugulawo oluggi nga muliko express. Ng'ovuga tolina ky'oyinza kukola. Omulabire bulabizi mu mmira.
N'agenze.
You get what I'm saying? So lock these doors. I know it's discomforting to the people, the passengers you put at the back. But at the end of the day, you're saving your child.
May I have one door? This door, this driver side behind it has baby lock.
Yeah.
The other one, it can open.
Yeah.
Their mother sits that side, so I know it's safe.
Yeah. Then the other thing is when you're driving at night, please mind your full lights. Okay.
But I think some people don't know.
No, sometimes when the road is very bad, you could be inclined to put on those lights. Olabe bulungi ekkubo naye olabe emmotoka ng'ejja gaggyemukko kuba omuntu aba talabira ddala mu kkubo nga mukubyemu fuulu. So have the courtesy to turn it down.
They don't go to driving school, so they don't know what full lights are. So you would need to understand when you flip, when the full lights engaged. For example,
Exactly.
Toyota zanjawulo, Nissan zanjawulo.
Yeah.
So you need to educate yourself on manyenti wano taddemu full wano ndina dim.
Yeah. Another thing I would want to tell you guys is, most of ebintu bino ebya texting and driving, mufunira bwerere bu ticket. Genda ogule bu AirPods. Ennaku zino bwakkana ebbeeyi. Gula bu AirPods, gula bu Bluetooth earphones.
But actually,
you understand?
radios.
Use an ear. The law permits you to use something that's not handheld, a wireless device that connects to your phone. You understand? It could be a Bluetooth earphone, it could be AirPods. Officer wakwatanga nti otaddemu AirPods. Si musango tebakulimba. Kyebakukwatira omusango ng'okutte essimu mu ngalo bw'oti oba ng'ogitadde kutu. Because now you have a distraction. Yeah. So it's perfect. It's very legal.
Actually, as well as kumenya, my radio connects to Bluetooth. I can talk to people.
Connect your phone to Bluetooth. It's legal.
When I talk on these radios is more than that you can talk through your radio.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Arthur, I don't know if you have anything to add. I think I've hit on most of the things.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. One more thing, guys. When you are stopped by a traffic officer, please calm down. I don't mean calm down in the literal sense of you're scared.
Yeah.
Even your ego, however big you are, maybe you're a lawyer, you're what, don't throw your titles around. Those people are also people like you.
At that time, he's the boss.
At that time, he's the boss. I know you might know, you might have an upper hand or something, but sometimes all you need to be is kind and you can leave the place and go. A friend of mine, a lawyer, bamukwata lumu mu kafi. Ne mugamba yogera bulungi n'afande. Mugamba akusonyiwe oba oyinamu omutwalo gumu. I'm not advocating for bribes, please. But this is the way to go in the country.
But in the country, bribes are everywhere.
They are there. Let us not lie to ourselves. Then the guy told me, nze sigenda kukola ki? Nze sigenda nawe zimuwa. Kagala kummanyira biki. Then he got his phone and tried to call a superior. The guy refused to hold the phone. N'atambula n'amuviira, and he told him park there. Sawa nyaza akiro. Until he relaxed, cooled down his ego, and gave the guy 30,000 shillings. Nenga luli ne mutwalo ne mutano byabadde bikola. No, ne botali muwadde sente. If you talk properly. Because there are times a traffic officer will stop you ne munyumye mbozi. Yeah. N'anyumya naga ne omanyi genda. Sometimes you just have to be kind. Ate waliwo we bakaluba. Officer waba yagala sente. It's all a matter of thinking. Katika nkulire waliwo otegera nti officer enjogera yo si yeganye. So when you notice that the officer has refused to listen to your sorry talk, get money, please. Get money. Don't talk a lot. And they can take as low as 5k. Yes. Get money omugambe afande zino zennyina. Afande yakwatako munnange lumu. N'anoonya buli kimu naye nga talina kyalaba. Yasooka namugamba naye tosibye musipi. Agenda olaba nga omusajja omusipi akoze ki. Naga musipi kweguli. Naye nga tolina mipiira. Naye nga naye awulira emipiira kikuliko ki. Then eventually the guy said nga amaze okwerowooza nga alabira ddala talina kikoze. Namusaba pamiti, third party agikebedde. Then he was like, nenga mafuta goina matono. So he's looking for money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How is it an offense to have low fuel? It's not. Is it an offense? Okuja konge skidde mu kubo. Then now get amazima namugamba mpayo chai. Yeah, like today an officer stopped me with my wife. She was not having a seat belt. So me, I knew the seat belt is the problem. Namugamba afande nagamba nange mungulire ku yogurt. You understand? So I told them where yogurt. And she gave her the afande yogurt and we went away. Arthur, there is a very pertinent issue which is, guys, emmotoka zitanya abazimanyi okusinga abaziyiga. Do you know that? And you are most likely to cause an accident in a road you're used to than in an unfamiliar road. Because whenever you're used to a road, you're in autopilot. You feel like, one wagenda way, what? One wagenda, you get it? You're not looking out for things. When you're in a new road, what are you thinking, Arthur? You want to know, are there humps there? Is there a corner there? So you're cautious. Yeah. But whenever you're in a road you're used to, you're in autopilot. Yeah. So you need to be careful when you're driving a car in the roads you're used to, agamakubo, the roads that take you to your home, where you stay. And those are the most problematic homes in case you get an accident. Those are the places where you will kill, knock down and kill someone's child, and they hate you because of innocent. Because people don't like you. Am I lying? No, you're not. People will hate you because you're in a fence. I actually have a neighbor of mine that kept telling me, Zimba fence. When I built a fence, now she's saying, when we had the conversations. Yeah. You understand? So be careful. Yeah, actually, places close to your home are very problematic. You have a lot of people that are waiting for that moment. Do not overspeed on rainy days. Abantu bagamba mbu omujamani takuwa kigo. Arthur naye ava kukyogera wa. But people bear witness to me. There is a guy that overturned the GLE during COVID. A Mercedes-Benz GLE. Actually, kumpira gwayabika. No. Even when you look at the wreckage of the vehicle, the tires were very okay. Do you know what happened? The guy was overspeeding in Kubo Bisi and Kuba Yatoni. Yes. Because a car doesn't have traction when it has rained. Ideally, a car has no traction. Yeah. There's a time nange nalivuga ku express highway mu markets. Kuba ngetonyi ne waliwo akataba k'amazzi nenkayita mu speed nempulira ng'emmotoka bagisika bagizeeri. You understand? Rainy days, amakubo bano ogenda butambala gomba olwo luyinja yinja olwo lubeera luyinja lusika luyinja luveeko lusika emmotoka. You have to be very careful and you have to try and go slow. Actually, that is why the phrase lady driven came in until Arthur came with a benchmark to quash it. And he had evidence to do that. Because when you talk about lady driven, ideally, Arthur, what people mean is abakazi begendereza.
Ati mukwegendereza bonoona.
Kituufu.
Tebamanyi kukanika, tebamanyi kumaintayininga.
Nnyo oluusi oyinza okukolera ensobi.
Exactly.
Okitegeera. So wegendereze naye ate don't be timid on the road.
If you have not seen a lady driver that has driven for like a year, bebasinga okuvuga obubi. Abamanyi she can overtake borders, she can overtake taxis, temuyingiramu, baba bonoona nnyo abato okusinga abasajja.
Yeah. So
Humphrey has said no, or team, you asked what RAV4 1998, what are your thoughts about it and what's the budget for a used one? RAV4 1998 okujanga ogenda jevugira ng'ogula yiyo ogenda jivuga for some time. The resale value has gone down, especially for that model that you want. It's a very sexy car, but the resale value has really gone down. You can even get it at 5 million depending on the number plate. Now, I don't recommend that you buy a RAV for more than 8 million egenda kusala okuja ko ng'ogula a new model, but the new models
and Arthur, I believe a RAV4 is 2000cc.
Yes, 2000.
That is the headline of this thing was any car that is 2000cc.
Yes, when you leave it alone
and above.
Yeah.
Jigulengo inamu. Actually, you'll see on RevDap. This guy, what is his name? Andrew Kabura, when he was still working on RevDap. He interviewed Flavia Tumusime, his wife. And Flavia Tumusime had a RAV4. Please, you will notice that in that video, Flavia was asked about the consumption. And her face was like, Enywa. And these are not people that are badly off.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's rich. I'm not saying
but she's not badly. She's
not
comfortable.
Badly off. She's comfortable. You understand? But still, Nayaga Mati RAV4.
I've told the people RAV4 takes some fuel.
So, by year 2000, this market, of course, broker agenda kugamba tenure. I swear to God, a broker will tell you tenure.
But the broker yenyino jamusanganga talina mmotoka.
Tebazirina abasinga.
Tebalina mmotoka kati era kyajja okugamba.
But most of them don't have.
N'abazirina tebatera kuzivuga. Because most brokers babeera kumpi nnyo n'ekibuga.
Ate tabana kike abaagula kutunda.
So tasobola givuga nti agivuze continuously omwezi mulamba avuga mmoroka.
The benchline mark is if you're buying any car, please try to buy below 2000cc. Ye motoka egenda okuwa emirembe.
Yeah. So the 1998 model, John, I don't recommend it because the resale value is down. Abantu kati bagula motoka ampya. If someone is buying a RAV4 13 to 15 million, he'll get a new model, 2003, 2004, you get. And yet, even when you want that 1998 model, bagenda kwagala bagiguze 10 million. Exactly. So if you're buying the RAV4 short 98 model, don't go beyond 7 million, Kali. If you really want it. If you really want that RAV4, don't go beyond 7 million.
Arthur, I've been seeing people driving a Land Rover Freelander. You know it? Even the first time I heard of it, my sister, she's a lawyer. She's called Mercy. She had a friend, the daughter to Pecos Kutesa, who had, her name is Sherry. She had a Land Rover Freelander. The second, she bought it like this, the gearbox.
Blue.
Gearbox, engine, what? Recently, I drove a Land Rover Freelander of my senior. I won't disclose the name because I still need my job. So I drove the car of my senior, a Freelander, and indeed the gearbox was going. There's an issue with Land Rover Freelanders. That is why there are not so many even on the road. It's like a RAV4, do you know it? The Land Rover Freelander.
Yeah,
it's not an ideal car.
Yeah. So I think, Johnny, I've answered you. Yes, you love the car. You can buy it, no problem, but buy it as cheap as possible. You can buy it 5 million, 6 million, tosuka or 7 million, or tosuka, or otherwise you will lose your money because people are buying new models. Then Humphrey said, okay, Counsel, talk about BMW X1.
BMW X1. That's now new technology of a car. Actually, the later models of BMW are not very, very problematic. But what you should know,
I think it's because they are new.
What you should know about all German cars is the service is
expensive.
It's different. Okay? Yeah. The service of those cars Their parts are expensive. The service is expensive, the parts are expensive,
and the cars lose value very fast.
And the car will lose resale value the second, let me tell you, the second it entered Uganda, it lost value. Because Ugandans don't like German cars.
No, they do, but
no,
they can't.
What I'm saying is, like, from a financial sense,
yeah,
they don't like German cars because of how they depreciate. But the X1 is a very good car. It's very sturdy on the road. It's very fast. It's actually not very fuel consuming. It's 2.0. I already benchmarked. For people who make their money, it is okay.
If you have your money.
X1 tejja kumenya. Ate nga mmotoka edduka wogigula nga mpya ojja kuvuga mwaka banga nga tokanika.
Like any car, when you buy a car, when you're first driver.
Spare wa bay. X1 Benz empia, C200 empia, a service kokeko. Arthur, you know you had your Benz man here last. I think a couple of weeks ago. But you notice their service is different. Yeah, you've always known. And
you know he kept saying ogenda ogula Benz oba ojagala. Ogenda ogula Benz oba ojagala.
Ezitowa.
Yeah. So Taina Kutawanya, and then Humphrey said, personally, to wash the car, I decided to buy the jet wash machine. I was tired of spending 30,000 a week on washing, and they are not expensive. You can buy it at 350. Since some you have survived those cannabis, some have
where did you buy it from?
You can even downtown this one.
Okay.
And some big hardwares have them between 300 and 500.
Okay.
Yeah. I think basically we have almost answered everything.
Yeah.
So guys, our time is up. We have done Steve. So I'll just go through the guys that have been here. Steve, Tarzan, Humphrey, Kenneth, Nicholas, Johnny, Joanne, Phil, Otim John, Brick, Jeremiah. That's it for today. Actually, my phone is saying 3%. So you guys, thank you very much for being here. And Counsel Yunus, thank you very much for taking the time to also be here. Now, something that they can take that is legal for them to understand. Basically in life, a legal something that we should know, but normally we don't pay attention.
Okay. I'm going to talk about land, basically land.
Yeah.
Everyone here, when you make it, you feel like you're gonna go.
Yes.
But guys, you're better off spending. I know I'm going to look like I'm actually advertising for lawyers, but good thing is I haven't sent you to my law firm.
Yeah. You don't even know his law firm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So many people bagula MPO because they try to save their money and avoid a lawyer to do their due diligence for them. What you should know is whenever you buy land nga tokoze due diligence, ebiseera ebisinga wekanga kikulidde. That is how you end up nguguze MPO because you don't know. You didn't do the things you are required to do
before
carrying out a search on that land, knowing who really owns that land, going to the place where the land is located and speaking to the chairman, and even the people where that land is, the surrounding neighbors. You understand? Getting cartographers to actually show the measurements of where that land has to end and where it starts. The actual, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I cannot give you the whole process of due diligence
but
for land.
When you're going to buy land,
I tell you, do not save money and go with your maybe ogenda ne taatawo kuba bo bagulagula amataka oba ogende n'omuzeeyi omukadde gw'omanyi bw'amanyi ekyalo ekyo bannange mujja kugula empewo. Genda ku law firm emu yonna. Get a lawyer. By the Counsel Yunus tasobola kuwa number because they are not allowed to advertise. Yes, we are not allowed to advertise. I cannot give out my number. But I wish I could. It's what we all want. We want clients. But don't find Counsel Yunus. If you need his services, go through me. So
do your due diligence, but
Please.
mostly through a lawyer. Actually, when I was
Get
buying
a lawyer, because at the end
mine,
of the day, when anything happens wrong with this transaction, it is not your fault.
Yeah.
It is the lawyer.
Yeah. Actually, when I was buying my land, the lawyer told me nemwereza echapa.
Yeah.
Nangamba it's okay. Nemugambo chikakasa nangagwe tofaayo Arthur ogwo musango nja guoza.
Exactly.
So just the person that was selling me land, just knowing that there is a lawyer involved, yali achivudde namu.
This is the last thing I'll give you free of charge.
Yeah.
Most people don't know this. Abantu bankubira nnyo nti poliisi yakutte omuntu we n'amala ennaku bweziti. So you guys need to know that the law says I won't give you a section because you don't need the section. But the law says that you are not to be imprisoned beyond 48 hours. Obeeranga omuntu nga bamusibye okusukka 48 hours zibe nga
tebannamukyajinga.
Baba not just charge you, produce you before a magistrate. But those days exclude a Sunday.
Bamukwata ku Saturday olweggulu.
That is the now abapoliisi abo babafunira.
Yeah, akwata ku Saturday olweggulu.
You understand? So within 48 hours you need to be produced before a magistrate. So bakwatanga omusirikale nakulaga mbu asobola n'okukuuma week awagamaanyi tagalina.
Yeah. So by the way guys, let me tell you this, always have a lawyer. Know a lawyer. It's a very good thing to have someone you can call. Yes, obogenda kisasulira, but always have someone that you can call. Ate ne bw'omukubira najja n'akutasanga tomuwadde ssente. Always make sure you pay that person, because ojja kuddamu omwetaage agaana okujja because you did not pay them. Remember bano abantu bagenda to school ne basoma amateeka 4 years.
It's actually, I would say 6.
Asoma emyaka 6 okufuuka lawyer. You get kati gw'omuntu akuvugira avuga amafuta ge ajje kukomera akutaase akuwe amagezi okola boti ne boti gomala omulume. You get so ne bwajja n'akutaza because sometimes ajja kujja akutaase nga tomuwadde ssente because it's urgent. Olumu omukubidde guli mu kkomera n'agaka ngende ntaase ajja akutaase. You make sure you pay them. Ne bwaba takusalidde gwe baramu amafuta ge amagezi ge biki then you give them money. Okitegeera. But it's good for you to have a lawyer on speed dial. Ngomanyi nti omuntu ono bwe mukubira is a good person, amanya amateeka ajja kujja ntaase enve mu buzibu buno. But also togula kintu nga tolina magezi ga lawyer. Okitegeera, because lawyer are making sure nti takutomeza, because wakutomeza naye aba atomedde. For him it's a loss. You get Counsel tajaba wa number ye, but bwoba omwagala you go through me. Ajja kuba talanze. Okitegeera Also ebyo katubireke. So Counsel ntusibula abantu because obudde bugenze.
Thank you very much for being part of our live farm today. And in case you also have something you would like to tell us about cars, share your knowledge, you can comment in the comment section. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And that is it for me.
Thank you guys. That's true, bro. The law is the right option. Yes, we shall need your contact, Counsel. Kakati, if you want Counsel's contact, he cannot share it. He's not allowed to advertise
by law.
But me, I'm allowed to recommend. So yagala Counsel, I can recommend his good services through WhatsApp. You WhatsApp me, nendi recommending a Counsel for whatever you need him for. Naye mujjukire yagenda kusomera n'asoma bino ebintu tutandika omukubira amasimu ku bwereere.
And by Arthur saying he might recommend, it doesn't mean he will recommend me. It could be another lawyer that he knows. Yes.
So kati naye kati bamanyi bagala Counsel Yunusu.
Exactly.
So he's here.
No, I'm trying not to fall victim of touting.
No nyinza okurecommendingira lawyer omulala by the way. So in case you need a lawyer, I know a number of them. Counsel Yunusu is one of the lawyers I know. So okay guys, thank you very much for being here. I hope it has been a very good 1.5 hours or 2 hours. I hope you've learned a few things. Guys, subscribe, share the videos with the people, especially this one, Air Etiquette. Omuntu oyinza okubanga omwazika emmotoka, but you want to share, you want to tell them kino tokikola indirectly. This is one way to do it. You share this video with them n'abiraba kino nakikola luli n'atakiddamu. So thank you very much for taking the time. Until next time guys, ciao.